Hey everybody, Laura here, and today I'm going to do just a quick tutorial video because I don't think I've done one for the Futura in a couple of years, so I'm kind of updating. And today I've got a blue and gray Royal Futura. This is a 1962, and so I am going to do a quick tutorial video. And so in case you need to know how to use yours, if you've got one, why don't you get it out and follow along with me. So we're going to start from the back and work our way forward. The Royal Futura, this is what I would consider a great introductory typewriter. If you're new to the typewriter world and you just kind of want to feel things out, the Futura is always a really good typewriter to get started with, and it is suitable for smaller hands as well. Okay, so back here we've got our paper holder, and it's very nice looking. Your margins are set by magic margins, and I even have an extra video that talks just about magic margins, but quickly, actually before I do magic margins, let me explain to you carriage. This is your carriage, okay, and it moves using this little metal tab back here, and it's behind the roller on either side. If you just pull that in, that carriage is going to pull to the left, and if it doesn't, that means your draw band is broken and you'll need to contact a repair person. So the carriage is also where you're going to insert your paper. You have this plastic plate back here, and to move, and your carriage is going to move only as far as based on how you have your margins set. So right now it's pretty narrow. It's not going to do the full amount. So let's say you want to change your margins, and you've got two red tabs that say magic margins on them. So we'll start with the right side. That bell will always ding when you get within a few characters of your right margin. That's just to let you know, hey, you're at the end of your line and close to where you set your margins. Time to hit your return handle and go to the next line. So to change it, we're going to hold this in and push it out, and that will extend that margin all the way to the end. And then if you want to go in, if you want to make your margin narrower, then you just put it where you want it and then press it. And when you're on the right side, that bell will ding when it has set your margin. Now on the left side, there's no bell. And again, to move the margin out, you just hold that button down, release your carriage and pull out the carriage. And then when you let it go, it resets. Excuse me. So now my left margin is all the way out here. And to bring the left margin in, I just find that place where I want it right here, and you'll hear that little sliding sound that lets you know that the margin has been set. So now my margins are right here. Okay, it's really small again. And that is how you set your margins. Over here on the left side, you'll see a 1, 2, and a 3. That is your line selector. So when you hit that return handle, it's going to advance either 1 line, 2 lines, or 3, based on what you would like. Now I'm going to move the carriage over to the left, and I want to open this top and take a look underneath. Now some typewriters, you grab it and pull the top. Do not do this on the Futura. If you do, you're going to bend a metal piece, and then your top will never close. It'll just always be up, and it's really impossible to type. So what you do is you see the Royal logo here. You just press that. That releases your metal piece right here that holds the cover down, and inside you will see the typing basket, your type bars, your spools with your ribbon, and your touch control. The touch control determines how hard these type bars strike your paper. So every person will have a different setting. I personally don't usually notice much of a difference, but I guess some people do. So you can just kind of experiment with that and find a setting that you like. You'll also, right above the touch control, see a metal selector. This is your manual ribbon reversal. And because, let's see, it's going this way. When you get to the end of when you've used up all the ribbon, that you haven't used up all the ink. You want to reverse the direction of that, and you want to keep going back and forth till you use up all the ink in that ribbon. It's going to last you a really long time, but you will need to reverse that. Some people can get, some ribbons have a grommet on them, which will trigger an auto reversal. We don't sell those, but you can find them. But it's always good to know how to manually reverse your ribbon. And again, it is right here. So if you are typing and all of a sudden your font gets really faint or your typewriter starts feeling weird, stop, reverse the direction of your ribbon, and most of the time it will correct any issues you have. You also have your color selector right here. It's on black right now, and if I push it down, it is red. So you have a 2-color option on the Royal Futura 400. When you do load a new spool with ribbon, make sure black is on top and red is on bottom. And then you just pull it out, drop it in. But there are some I call them guide wires or guides, whatever you want to call that, on each side. And hold on, I kind of messed this up. When I took it out, I messed that up. There we go. Okay, I am going to try to hold this up so you can see it. Give you a good look. Excuse me, my throat's really dry. I need some water. So you can see kind of how it's threaded. If you need to pause or take snapshots or something, go ahead and do that. Okay. So now I'm going to walk you through it. When you pop those out and then put a new ribbon on it, or you get a new spool with ribbon, then when you pop it back in, you want to make sure that the ribbon is threaded through this guide wire area on both sides, okay? Also, the ribbon is going to come over the top and around and underneath, okay? Same here, over the top, around, underneath. And then there's going to be slits in your, this is called the ribbon vibrator. And you're just going to want to have to slide them through those slits until it looks like what I had shown you when I pulled it up. And again, black on top, red on bottom. It's very messy. You will probably get very frustrated, but the more you do it, obviously the easier it will be. And it may take a little bit of trial and error, but you will get it. Just be patient with that. And I recommend either using gloves or having a wet cloth nearby, because you'll get ink everywhere. The nice thing is if you get it on your keys or the typewriter, it just wipes right off. Okay, let's go ahead and close this. Move that back up. And you can see I got some ink on here. I'll just wipe that off. Okay, so down here is your tabs, and they call it columns. And you'll see magic, column, set, and clear. So let me load some paper. And you just put your paper right behind that roller, turn the handle. And I forgot to mention that on the right side is your paper release, and you just pull that forward and you can adjust your paper, like if you load it crooked or something like that. So here's your tab button. You hit tab, and I have a tab set there. So to clear it, I'll press clear, and that should have cleared it. And it did, but it went to a second one. If you want to clear all of your tabs, you just hold in that clear, and then you move your carriage. And that will clear all of your tabs. Okay, so my margin is set there. That's why it stopped there. Now to set a tab, put it where you want it, and then you just press that. That's all you need. And voila. So it's super simple. That's all you need to do. Now the margin release when you're typing, there's your bell. Now it's going to stop on me because I'm at my margin. But you just press margin release. And I can finish my sentence. Now, obviously, the goal is to not have to press margin release on every line. So you'll want to be able to set your margin at a reasonable place. And when you hear that bell, be able to hit the return handle and go to the next line. But occasionally you're stuck like right in the middle of a word, and that's where that margin release comes in handy. Your backspace is right here. We already talked about margin release and tab. And then, of course, you have your shift. It types lowercase, shift, uppercase. The shift does the symbols on the top. Shift lock is the smaller button. And to release it, you just press either of those shift buttons, and that'll release the lock. And that is the basics of how you use your Royal Futura 400. One other thing is on the left side. See if I can show this to you. There's this lever right here, okay? That is your carriage lock. So let's say you're just going to store it, or you're going to be moving somewhere, moving it around. Then you center your carriage, flip that thing up, and you give your carriage a tap. There we go. And it'll lock your carriage in. And then, like if you purchase one and it arrives and you can't get your carriage out of its place, try your carriage lock. It's over here on the left side. Lift that up. You'll hear it click, and now your carriage will move. All right. That's all there is I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. You all have a blessed day and happy typing.